One of the luxuries I associated with five-star hotels was nursing a couple of cold beers while I took a long, hot as I could bear soak in a bubble bath. Soon I was near submerged in scalding bubbly water, watching rivulets of condensation form on beer bottles nestling in an ice bucket positioned within easy reach. I awoke spitting bubbles. A knocking at the room door had fortunately for me disturbed my sleep. I shouted, "Who's there?" No response. I shouted again, this time in Korean. Still no answer. Who could this be? If it was Sergeant Kwok, he would announce himself, as would anyone in the hotel staff. If it was another bloody body part delivery, it was time for a change of hotel. I drew myself from the slippery tub, torn ribbons of weightless foam floating behind me as I plucked the heavy robe from the bathroom door. Puddles formed around my bare feet as I put one eye to the peephole. Nothing. More knocking. This time louder, a heel of hand hammering that shook the heavy door in its frame. "Who's there?" Silence. This was starting to piss me off. Yet more knocking, incessant now, a regular, pulsating thump, thump, thump. I thought of calling down to reception. "A naughty man's knocking on my door and he won't tell me what he wants." Yeah, right. I plucked the security chain from its resting place on the jamb and slotted it into the metal channel. Turning the handle very slowly, I eased the door back while I squinted through the growing gap. The security chain tore loose as the door exploded inwards and clocked me a crunching blow above the right eyebrow. I half spun and hit the carpet face first. The door rang like a gong against the stopper. I couldn't look back in case I turned straight into a kick, and in any case my eyes were still full of soap. Footfalls drummed on the carpet and the door slammed shut, and every last fragment of breath blew out of me as a pair of knees landed full force in the middle of my back. A wiry hand gripped my shoulder, turning me over into the attack, while another hand reached into the robe and took a firm grasp of my balls. Still gasping for breath, I brought an arm up to protect my face, but it was too late. Lungs empty and air sources cut off, I began to suffocate. The hand on my shoulder had moved to cover my mouth and nose, while the other hand tugged aggressively. Only when a tongue flicked against my teeth and I finally awoke to the taste of lipstick did I begin to understand. Abruptly the smothering sensation stopped and I heaved for breath as two warm hands cupped my face, thumbs gently clearing bubbles with a tenderness that took me back to childhood bath times. At last I was able to open one eye and look straight into my attackers. Oregamani, Anidane? Long time since we did this, eh?